Well, hey guys, good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's February 21st, 2026. That date might not mean too much for you, but for me, it's a special day. Today's my birthday, and I'm really grateful, first of all, the people that actually took the time and effort to wish me a happy birthday today. Thank you very, very much for making my day extra special. Had a wonderful day. And I'll be posting a thank you video on my feed later on because so many people said thank you on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and all over the place. Also, want to let you know that the book, yes, the book, I am just about to write chapter 10, polish that off. And every chapter has a pause and reflect. It looks like the book's going to come out somewhere either late April, early, let's say May to very latest would be early June, but I'm pushing to probably see if we can get it out before that. Only a few more chapters to write. I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so about 6 chapters. So I figure I'll be done writing the book in about another week or less. And then the whole month of March, I'll be proofreading and going back and forth and doing some things, maybe adding some graphics or things like that in the book to make points stand out a little more. Maybe one for each chapter. That's pretty much that. It is great to have you here. If this is your very first time coming to Inspiration for Your Life, I want to say welcome and thank you. If you're coming back, I definitely want to say welcome back and thank you so much for choosing to come back and make this great information part of your day. And if you are people that want to improve your lives, you're definitely going to want to read my book. It is not a very long book. It's probably under 150 pages. It's going to be around 12 to 15 chapters. If you go through each chapter the way I'm intending, it'll take you about 20 to 30 minutes. And the reason is reading it and then going through the actual exercise. Because it's one thing to read something, but then if you don't actually do it, well, that's kind of just like watching and not being involved. All right. So if you guys are new here or not, don't forget to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creations. And if you're thirsty, if you're hungry or what have you, whatever, go grab yourself something and come on back to the show. Let's kick this off. Oh, by the way, did I let you know that today, February 21st, Saturday, is a brand new master topic. We always start our master topics on a Saturday and we finish them up on a Friday. That means that every single day that we have a topic, the master topic for the week, we have a granular topic each day. I can't wait to share this with you this evening. Again, you're tuned in Inspirations for Your Life. It's Series 5, Show 9, Episode number 1. Are you guys ready for me to kick the show off? I know you are. All right. So it's all about owning your path, guys. Clarity, courage, and boundaries for peak living. That's what this entire week is about. So welcome, everyone, once again to Inspirations for Your Life. I am, yes, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I am so privileged and pleasured to be here with you today and every time I go live where I create content for you as being a serial entrepreneur, an engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, and passionate lifelong learner. And pretty soon, guys, yes, I'll be a published author, and I'm really looking forward to that. So this episode this evening is about intentional living, deliberately making conscious choices and taking control of your life. Seriously. So let's explore together 30 actionable viral style points that I think are going to really hit home with you to want to go forward in this. All right. So it's all about awareness and conscious choice, helping you unlock clarity and confidence. And of course, guys, yes, momentum. I think that's a very, very big one for a lot of people. It's about momentum. All right. So again, that is a very important one that I want to share with you. And I think a lot of people here watching tonight probably will say to me, "Hey, John, this is pretty cool. This is amazing. But how does all this work?" Well, it works from your intention, but it doesn't just work by one thought. A thought turns into another thought. That thought turns into something that will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you better actually take some action and not just sit on the sidelines," right? You can't win a game, whether it's basketball, football, or anything else, by just sitting on the sideline. So we're all about awareness tonight and this week and conscious choices that we make that help you unlock clarity and, of course, confidence and momentum. It is Saturday. It is February Uh, First, my birthday, 2026, if you're watching us live. And the first point I want to talk to you is about awareness. Awareness empowers your decisions, and noticing patterns prevents autopilot mistakes. So you might say, John, why not be on autopilot? Well, when you're on autopilot, guys, you stop living intentionally. And so when you decide to be in the moment, autopilot kind of takes a siesta and you get to have a pretty amazing life. And again, you prevent the autopilot mistakes that often, let's say, pile up. Number two, guys, choosing intentionally unlocks freedom and personal power. Notice as I said choosing intentionally. I didn't see being forced to go intentionally. Choosing intentionally is the only way it's going to work. And it's the only way that you'll understand that you have unlimited freedom and personal power. But it doesn't work when other people are trying to make you do it. That's why even in my book, I don't tell you you have to do it. I say if this resonates with you, then try this out, because that's the whole thing. I had some of my biggest breakthroughs through some of my challenging times in life. Most people would have given up, hung up the hat, the jacket, said I had enough and just do something else. No, I keep pushing. Number three, guys, mindful pauses prevent impulsive mistakes from becoming regrets. Now, you might ask me, John, why are you writing this book, or why is this going to be published? And it's also going to be in audio as well, because I believe I have a lot to tell the world, not just in this one book. And if I can share my knowledge and I can help people become more passionate and more intentional, they're going to have a better life sooner. All right. So remember those mindful pauses. They prevent the impulsive mistakes because we don't want to have regrets. Number four, guys, observing before acting multiplies clarity and results. Observing before acting multiplies clarity and results. Number five, guys, every choice trains your mind to respond with a purpose. Every choice you make starts to create almost like a pathway in your brain. And the more that you exercise your brain, the more that these choices become so natural. Not autopilot, but they become so natural. Just like writing a book, when I first started, it was like, ugh. But then after, because I've done a lot of other articles and stuff, writing a book is different. I don't want to say it's harder. It's just different. And first of all, a lot of times you write 8.5 by 11, but then like I'm going to 6 by 9 format. And it's just interesting because you don't realize what's going on until you're, well, in the thick of it, usually into the second or third chapter. Number five, before I go on, I want to let you know that seeing that table of contents just, accumulate as you build your chapters is a really amazing feeling. Every choice trains your mind to respond with purpose. So why don't we keep doing that every day? Number six, guys, small conscious actions compound into long-term growth. The small choices, not the big choices, guys. That's important. Number seven, detect distractions early. Avoid forbidden paths that drain your focus. What's a forbidden path? Well, let's say, for example, that you are, I don't know, let's say you're working on a project. And the project could be something as simple as reorganizing your closet. And a forbidden path might be to not play video games until your closet is done, to not go over and volunteer to help with your friend unless it's an emergency, because that's just going to distract you and you're never going to get that closet cleaned out and you're going to get really frustrated. So detect distractions early, avoid the forbidden paths that will drain your focus, because the thing is this, just like success has patterns, so does forbidden paths, so does temptations have this same thing that I'm telling you about. And I think that's an important thing for us to really realize. Number eight, guys, awareness sharpens intuition to align choices with our goals. Awareness. And I've been talking a lot about awareness, I think, because I'm writing the book, and also because when we focus on awareness and when we think about it from a lot of different perspectives, it gets us to see things that we never thought were possible. Again, it sharpens into intuition, and it gets us on track to achieve our goals. Number 9, guys, please catch autopilot behaviors before they dominate you. Autopilot behaviors. Maybe, you are home and you're studying, but then suddenly, you're like, oh, let me just go watch this program on TV. Now, it's not structured. You go watch it. Before you know, you watch another one. That's an example of an autopilot. Another autopilot might be, oh, you know what? I really like this person, and autopilot just says, just put up with anything. That's wrong. Autopilot says, you know what? I'm a good person, and I always want to do something for people, even if I feel depleted, even if I feel mentally abused by that person, whether intentional or not. Recognizing patterns allows us to change things. Well, first, we have to recognize them. Number 10, conscious attention protects your energy from the waste. So when we are conscious about what we are doing today, that's what allows us to protect our energy. Many people say, oh, I don't have time to be conscious. My question is, why not? I don't know. I'm too busy. If you're too busy to be conscious, you're never going to be successful because you're just going to be on someone else's timeline. And that timeline may not be to increase or improve your own success. Number 11, guys, intentional choices reduce mental clutter and stress. Intentional choices reduce mental clutter and stress. Wow. That's one that I think we just can't, again, make up. When we're intentional, when we're in alignment with something, it's like life changes for us. Now, maybe not overnight, okay? But I want to tell you that it does indeed change. Again, we have to think about it. We have to think about what it means and why it means this, okay? I think these are very important things. And sometimes people get lost or they get confused. It happens. I think sometimes people don't want to be that way, but they are that way just because of something that's, let's say, come over them. Okay? That's probably the best thing I can share with you. And I think sometimes we give up before we stand up, or we give up before we even try. I remember in grammar school, we were taught cursive handwriting. Now I don't think they even teach that anymore. And, before I even tried to write the letter, I was like, oh, this letter is hard. An S is hard. A G is hard. An H is hard. And they're not hard, or a J is hard. I had that mental perception. And I remember, having the penmanship book was like, it wasn't a typical book. It was like a longer book. It was a short book. And every day we'd practice a letter like A, B. Then we would practice certain words, even vowels, which is kind of fun, actually. So number 12, guys, important. Observe your outcomes to guide better future decisions. Observe your outcomes. Observe them. Not because you have to, but because you should want to observe them. And maybe you're saying to me, John, I don't know why things are going the way they are. But maybe it comes down to the fact that you have put a perception in your mind that you can't be successful. Now, these are just mind thoughts, but these mind thoughts can actually rob us of our potential to have abundance in our life, whether that's health, finances, academics, and so many other things. So when we put a thought in our head, we've got to be mindful of how we talk to ourselves. So observe the outcomes, and that'll guide you to have better decisions that you can make so your future will be brighter. Now, I don't say this to scare you, but I say this to make you aware of things in life. Okay? That's the most important thing. Number 13, awareness builds self-trust, knowing you can handle consequences. Okay? Awareness builds self-trust, knowing you can handle consequences. Knowing you can handle consequences. And I think that's an important thing to understand. Because when we get a consequence, we think that everything's over, but really the consequence is about us learning that we have more potential than we thought was even possible. Right? And I know that can be scary, especially when you're on a path yourself or seeming to do something. I'll tell you, a lot of times, serial entrepreneurship, it's lonely. And if you are not driven, if you're not motivated, you're going to give up because it's not an easy road. No one said success was easy. We said it was doable, but we didn't say it was easy. So awareness builds self-trust, knowing you can handle the consequences. But you've got to believe in your whole mind, heart, and soul that you can actually do this. If you can't, then you're going to keep being in a problem. Okay? And that's going to be hard to overcome. Number 14, mindful observation prevents repeated mistakes. Mindful observation, not just watching something like a TV set, but actually be like, well, that's what's going on. Oh, so that's where we get this from, or that's why I'm reacting that way, or that's why he or she's reacting that way. When we look at the situation and there's data, and we can see how things are happening, we can affect the data by making a change. Number 15, guys, pausing before responding ensures deliberate action, and it beats reaction. Somebody asks you a question. Don't feel like you have to give them the answer right away. Pause. This is why people love the telephone, because when you're on the telephone, you say, you know what, that's a great question. I need to give you a call back. I just got another call, whether they did or not. That kind of gets them off the phone. Well, when will I hear from you? I'm not sure. Let me take care of this call, and I'll give you a call back. If it's not today, probably a day or two. And people kind of accept that because the other call's there, and it's like, you got to get off, right? But when somebody's in person, you say, well, I need time to think about it. Okay, great. We'll take some time, and I'll be right here. And they think that because you're right in front of them, that suddenly they have the right to demand that you give an answer now. When nobody does that, just like, I appreciate that you have, consulted me with this. And right now I need to sleep on it. Or right now I need some more time before I can give you an answer. I hope you won't mind me taking a day or two so I can actually think about this logically. Number 16, recognize harmful habits before they gain momentum. What do I mean by that? If something you're doing, if it's a habit you're doing, is causing you to have negative, harmful effects, that could be gaining weight. Maybe you're like, oh, gee, I got to snack every day. Well, is snacking every day okay? Or are you getting excessive with it? That's where we have to kind of ask these kind of questions. Number 17, being present increases effectiveness in every task that you choose to take. What does it mean to be present? Well, I'm present with you right now, but are all of you present right now with me? The way you can tell is, are you paying attention? Now, regardless of your driving or something else, are you still present? Are you still thinking about what I'm talking about? Or are you let's say, let your mind wander, say, gee, I wonder what I'm going to have for breakfast, or I wonder what I'm going to have for lunch, or what I'm going to have for dinner, or I wonder what I'm doing to get to the office. That's not being present. And if you do those kinds of behaviors and you're not present, you are cheating yourself. You are cheating yourself. Number 18, guys, awareness transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. The awareness of a situation allows you to get clarity, allows you to experience something. If you're not aware of it, then you might just let it go. You might miss a very big opportunity because you weren't aware of something. Now, I want to share something with you. I've used this analogy before, and I've said, guys, how many of you out there think that there's a lot of white cars on the road? Road. I drive a white car. Now, those of you that drive white cars, oh yeah, there's a lot of white cars. Now, maybe you drive a different color car. Could be blue, could be red, green, black, whatever. And if I ask you the question, same question, you'll be like, oh no, John, there's not that many white cars, but I'll tell you what there are a lot of. I said, what? Black. Really? What color car do you drive? Black. You see how that works? See, your perception, because you're focusing on black, you're looking for black. When you're looking for success, your mind is like this processor that's kind of going out and saying, hey, what can I look for success? When you look for failure, it's like, oh, I got to find something to prove failure to you, right? Awareness transforms obstacles into opportunities for amazing growth and success. Number 19, guys, seeing forbidden or harmful paths keeps your energy aligned. What does that mean? Seeing forbidden or harmful paths? Well, it keeps your energy aligned in that particular way. And I said alignment is good, but alignment could be bad. Alignment could be bad or alignment could be good. So if you are constantly doing negative things or things that are draining your energy, whether it's you or other people, and you keep doing that, it's harmful. Your energy is going to stay that way. It's going to stay stuck until you make a choice to change. See, many people don't make the choice to change. You know why? Because they're comfortable doing what they're doing. And they're a little scared about what the other side's going to be like. Number 20, guys, conscious choices create alignment between values and the actions. Conscious choices. Those are not just choices that just fell in from the sky. These are choices, okay, that will create alignment between values and actions. Maybe the choice is you want to be a better listener. So a conscious choice might be when somebody's there, you're going to listen and you're not going to butt in. And maybe you're going to make some eye contact. And maybe you're going to just listen and try to understand what they're saying, but not trying to rebut into anything. That's important, guys. Number 21. Noticing your impulses. Mastering them will give you freedom. So impulses happen for lots of reasons. Maybe you're in a store and suddenly, there's all this garbage. I call it garbage. The things you don't need at the register. But a lot of people buy them. You know why? Because it's an impulse trigger. Maybe you're at a restaurant or you're at a movie theater and you just bought tickets and you walk in and suddenly you see this picture of an icy cold drink or this ice cream or popcorn, ever, and it's an impulse buy. Or maybe you sit down in the theater and suddenly you're like, hey, don't forget the snacks. We've got the juice. We've got the soda. Oh, and we've got popcorn. We've got pretzels and lots of other great, tasty, and delicious stuff. And your favorite candies too. So head on over to the snack bar. Before the movie starts, you only have a little time left. See how that kind of... They use the timing thing to make it seem urgent because you don't want to be in the movie, right? And not have a snack. Number 22, awareness improves focus and focus improves results. Awareness improves our focus. Let me give you an example. Let's say right now you want to focus on being calm. Now, if you're driving, obviously don't do this. Focus on your heart right now. If you're not driving, put your hand on your heart. Can you feel your heart's beating? Can you become aware of that sensation, not only in your heart muscle, but in your inside of your hand, right? The palm of your hand. And the more aware you become, the more relaxed you get. Number 23, guys, observing patterns allows intentional course correction. I said to you before, there are things out there, but if we don't know what we're measuring or even how to measure it, we can't make a change. We wouldn't know what to change or what to do. If we suddenly learn that we're in a restaurant business and we learn that people are leaving early, and we understand it's because the food doesn't taste good or because the food is too spicy, and we learn that, we change those parameters, and now we're ready to fix it. Number 24, guys, awareness strengthens decision-making muscles. Okay. Mindful choices compound into personal power. Recognize distractions in your life is the first step to consistent progress. Number 27, awareness turns hesitation into clarity and confidence. Remember, energy drains deliberately to preserve focus. Conscious living interrupts automatic behaviors. And lastly, awareness is the gateway to purposeful, high-impact action. Living deliberately is about choosing awareness over autopilot, guys. By observing your thoughts, focusing energy, and acting intentionally, you gain clarity, confidence, momentum, while avoiding distractions that drain your full potential. Every small conscious choice compounds into long-term growth, self-trust, and personal power. I invite you, ladies and gentlemen, to please stop on over now to believemeachieve.com to check out my short form, long form content, and even my articles so you can sharpen your focus, clarity, and of course, increase the quality of your intentional living. And you can do that 24 hours a day. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Check that out, and you'll start living a better life. Have a good one, everyone.